Are you looking for a new camera? Looking to go deeper into the world of capturing photos or videos? Well, that's awesome. It's a great place to be, and you'll be amazed how much there is to learn. Instead of just jumping into a list of cameras, I'm going to give you some real advice. Advice I wish someone had given me. Advice that might save you hundreds of dollars. I'm Supreet, and on this channel we cover phones and photography from an app developer's perspective. So if you're into taking photos or videos with your phone, consider subscribing. Camera gear is awesome, and it's easy to dive in and buy a bunch of stuff. It starts with the camera, then lenses, accessories, more accessories, then you buy another camera and the cycle starts all over. The problem is there is no perfect camera for everyone, and you might end up buying stuff you don't actually use. The reality is you might already have what you need, your phone. It's easy to use your phone and its camera without much thought. Just open up the camera, take a photo, and done. But it's actually very capable if you use it deliberately, where you think about your composition, your lighting, your shot, and really try to get the most out of it. So in this video, we're going to go over 4 ways you can grow with your phone and be better prepared for that future camera. For my fellow enthusiasts out there, there will be a part 2 with actual camera recommendations. So number 1, get clear on what you capture. Are you taking photos or videos or both? What kind of content is it? Are you taking wide shots of like landscapes? Or are you zooming in on like wildlife or close-up macros? Do you like capturing stuff indoors, right, inside your home or in venues? Or do you like to be outside in nature? And are you capturing people, like taking portraits? Or are you shooting more of places and maybe cityscapes? And do you like to capture audio, right? If you're filming, you most likely are capturing either dialogue or some sort of environmental sounds, like if you're out in nature. And so these type of questions will help you understand your priorities. And you'll know, okay, I'm shooting a bunch of video, capturing a bunch of dialogue. And these type of answers will help you pick the right gear. So number 2 is learning photography basics, which is learning about light, the difference between hard light and soft light and how it affects your shot. Understanding composition. In most camera apps, you can turn on a rule of thirds grid, which is a really easy way to play with your composition and try to make your photos and videos more interesting. You can practice taking these learnings, right? You can try to move around when you're taking photo and video, try to reorient your subject. So if you're taking a photo of a person, move them around in the space, see how the light hits them differently as you move them around, as you move around, and really try to see and learn with practice. So number 3 is leveling up your video with accessories. Photos are pretty good out of the box, but there's some simple things you can do to get your video to the next level. One is getting some stable footage, either by using a tripod like I'm using now, or by getting a gimbal if you're going to move the phone around as you capture. A great gimbal option is the Osmo Mobile 3. It works very well and it's at a good price point. If you're capturing audio, you can get a microphone. I like wired lav mics like the one I'm using now. This is the Rode SmartLav Plus. So number 4 is unlocking more control with apps. So most default camera apps have limited control, especially the ones that come on iPhones and Google Pixels, for instance. If you go to the App Store, you can typically find a couple of different camera apps that will give you true manual control. And these are apps that give you control over things like shutter speed and ISO sensitivity. And these will help you understand how cameras work and how camera controls work. Also remember, this is only half of the equation, right? Editing is the other half. And you can also look at editing apps to understand how you can make your footage look even better. And for this, the default photo app on iOS is pretty good. Snapseed is also a great free option. I personally use Lightroom, which is a paid Adobe product, but there's a lot of options out there. And so the cycle of capturing editing will translate directly over whenever you decide to upgrade to a dedicated camera. So stay tuned for part 2, where I'll cover the cameras worth buying under the $1,000 price point. These cameras will give you a significant boost in quality and control. I also have upcoming photography app reviews with tips and tricks, so subscribe if you're interested in seeing those. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.